Hi, I'm Hugh Whitmore, and welcome to installment number 5 of Hugh Writes a Novel. I'm up to 10 weeks now writing novel 4 in the Three Madelines book series. Very exciting, very fun. This last 2 weeks, actually I'm a little short. I'm at 11 days, but the next few days I won't be able to make a video, so I had to do it a little early. But over 11 days, I had to do some things. I was getting a little long, and I was making some promises that couldn't be kept. So I had to rewrite a big chunk of a couple of chapters there. So I had to get rid of about 1,800 words. And I wrote about 8,000 words. So I was close to 10,000 words, about 1,000 a day. So that's my normal writing pace. And I also had to do a complete read through of about a 40,000 word novel. So that took up a lot of time, but it's very exciting to get going. And these things will happen in your writing, your authoring, if you find yourself going long, which is much more likely than if you're going to be short. Most authors just keep going on, and you'll need to learn to make your writing precise, make it follow the plot, always serve the plot and your main character, and you'll be fine. And you just have to go back and cut things out sometimes. You cannot fall in love with every word you write, because sometimes some of those words are going to need to be cut. And that happened to me in this 2-week time frame here. So up to about 44,800 words total, plus about 6,000 words of notes. On the way to a 50 to 55,000 word novel. The great news is that I got through story structure points 7, 8, and 9. And you can turn to my 10-point story structure presentation on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. And story structure point number 7 is where it comes after we have 5. Plot point number 5 is fun and games in the new world. Number 6 is the false victory in the middle. And then number 7 is where everything falls apart for your hero, for your main character. And it did for my main character. Everything went south. And then it reaches plot point 8, which is the worst moment. This is where everything looks dark. Nothing looks like it's going to happen. Everything is lost. And it leads to plot point number 9, which is the epiphany, where the main character learns what, in my case, she needs to do and to move forward. And they always say about plot point number 9, the epiphany, is that's the last thing that your main character, your hero, needs to learn. Then they just go and act. And so now I'm just to that point where the main character learns the epiphany and she's going out to act and do what she needs to do. So that's exciting. I'm moving through that, and it'll be exciting for you to get through these plot points, follow your story structure, move along, and let each position and the story structure plot line play out. Very fun. And so when you pay attention to the story structure balance, it generally goes like this. Plot points 1 to 4 is about 10,000 words. I'm sorry, assuming you're going to have about a 50,000 word novel. So 1 to 4, 10,000, 7, 8, and 9, about, how many would that be? I'm sorry, I got to do some math. That would be about 30,000, sorry. So 30,000 through the middle, and then 10,000 in 10, in plot point 10, sort of an 11 there where it wraps up, but 10 is where the hero goes into action. So it goes 10, 30, 10, sorry about it, I tripped up there a little bit. And if you have an 80,000 word novel, maybe it's 15, 40, 15, something like that. I'm just throwing numbers out there, but it's small, big, small, as opposed to how it balances out. All novels are written that way, all plays and all movies. So I got through that, and I'm just ready to get to my action in the end with my hero. So back to my problems, and there'll be your problems too when you write. It's much more likely you're going to go long. Don't go long. Stick to the number of words that your genre calls for. If you plan, you're writing an adult novel and you plan to write 80,000 words, stick to that. And so what you want to do to stick to that is to come in on the tidy side, the little bit low side, because the chances are you can always embellish, you can always make things more interesting, and you can do more with a character or more with a scene. But cutting back is painful, difficult, and time-consuming. So stick to your word count and stick to your genre. My genre requires to be, on the low side of, to be under 70 for sure. I try to be 55. A couple of my novels went a little long, over 60, but that's what I try to do with my middle grade novels. So I don't want to bore, you don't want to bore readers. You want it to be jam-packed with excitement and a page turner. And I heard something once about novel writing, and it's life with the boring parts taken out. I can't remember where I heard that, but it's a great saying. It wasn't mine, but stick to that. And when you do your read-throughs, ask yourself, is there anything boring here? Anything that'll have my reader drift off or think, oh, maybe I'll go buy another book and I don't like this author. Don't let that happen to you. Every page, every line, every scene, every chapter should be interesting and exciting and move the plot along and make the reader want to keep going. So make your novels exciting, and I'll see you in 2 weeks, and I should be done with the book in 2 weeks. I hope so. If I'm not, I'll explain why, but done with the draft, of course, and then there'll be rewriting, which we'll talk about the next time.